This is One on One. That was a scene from Kinky Boots playing on Broadway, and right now you're looking at Stark Sands, Tony Award-nominated Broadway actor who stars in Kinky Boots. How you doing?
I'm pretty great.
Describe Kinky Boots. We just had Daryl on, who runs the show there. Talk to us about Kinky Boots, the role you play, and why it's so significant.
Kinky Boots is a story about a shoe factory in Northampton, which is north of London, outside of the city. And the factory is going out of business, and my character, Charlie Price, reluctantly inherits the factory from his dad, who passes away at the top of the show. It's not something that Charlie ever wanted to do, but he's stuck doing it. And in the process, to try to find a way to save the factory and all of the people he's grown up with from losing their jobs, and really the whole town from going under, he meets a drag queen named Lola, who is complaining about how they don't make sturdy drag boots for men. He's always wearing women's boots that are falling apart and heels are breaking. So that's Charlie and Lola.
That's Lola.
And the eventual kinky boots that they make together.
You're creating a niche over there, right?
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's the idea, is that nobody else is making these boots the right way, and so Charlie has to convince his fellow factory workers that this is the direction to go to save the factory. And there's a little bit of pushback at first, but once everybody gets on board, it's a really special show. It's got a great message of acceptance and believing in yourself and finding your passion, and it happens every night for us on stage.
Tell folks where the play can be seen.
At the Al Hirschfeld Theater on 45th Street and 8th Avenue.
Your entry into the world of acting, when did you know that you wanted to perform on stage or screen or in any way connected to acting?
I did a production of The Sound of Music when I was a freshman in high school. And
where was this?
In Highland Park High School in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
Yeah. And
a hotbed of theater activity, no?
No.
No?
No, nobody in my family does this. Nobody has done this, but I don't know. It's just something I tried, and I was good at it. And I feel so lucky that I found something I was good at. And I played the youngest Von Trapp child, Kurt. I had one line. It was, "I'm incorrigible." You know, that was it. And I was, I had already had a growth spurt, so I was taller than all the other kids, but I was the young, it was very funny.
Right.
But yeah, I just caught the bug. And I became that guy in my high school who was the one who was in everything.
You were the guy.
Yeah, and of course that's sort of a big fish in a small pond situation. But I was accepted into USC's Bachelor of Fine Arts program for college, and then I became, it was a very different pond and a much different size of fish. But I stayed in LA. I started working in film and television, and was very lucky right off the bat. And then in 2007, I came to New York, and caught another great break, and played the role of Lieutenant Raleigh in a revival of Journey's End, which went on to win the Tony for Best Revival. And for me, that's where that nomination came in, and it changed my life.
How?
All of a sudden, I had, I spent 7 years in LA working in film and television, and I chipped away, but I didn't get to like a place where I got a huge break. And in one job on Broadway, I became a Tony-nominated actor who all of a sudden was in demand,
So the Tony-nominated actor brand, does matter a lot.
I mean, it doesn't
For you, it did.
I don't want to say it matters a lot. It makes things happen.
Well, you said it changed your life. That matters a lot.
Okay, but to me, I feel like it was a hugely lucky thing that happened to me, and it's given me a lot of great opportunities.
You earned it.
I don't rate people by those things, and I don't rate actors whether they're Tony nominated or not, because there can only be so many every year. and I'm one of the lucky ones.
And so people reached out for you, like Jerry Miller, who is a great director.
Jerry
right?
Mitchell, yes.
Right.
Jerry, yeah, this is one of those things where I didn't audition for Kinky Boots, really.
They went after you.
Yeah. I had some fans.
You're looking at Jerry Mitchell right there?
Yes, that's
and
me.
that's Lola, right?
Yes, that's Billy Porter, who plays Lola.
And what is it like when, it's interesting, what is it, I think about this, when a very well-known director says, we want you, that's got to feel awesome.
It does. It feels really good, and it doesn't happen that much. So when it does, you've got to pay attention to it. And when I heard that it was, Harvey Fierstein writing the book and Cyndi Lauper writing the music and Daryl Roth producing, it was, I couldn't really say no. At first there was a conflict, so I couldn't do it.
Scheduling conflict.
Yeah, I was working in American Idiot at the time, and I'd already taken another workshop on the side, so I couldn't do the first reading. But they were very persistent and managed to get me.
Now, obviously, as a very young man in this business who's been able to work and now is doing what you're doing with these terrific people, and you're hot right now, I imagine for a lot of other folks who, particularly younger people, even younger than you, or contemporaries who come to you and ask for advice, is that a tough spot for you?
Yeah.
How so?
I think that I don't have the answers. I have my own process. And for example, the advice that I've given is to just be really prepared when the opportunities come. I've been in an audition room before, and this is more in LA than in New York, but I've been in audition rooms before where I have gone in and done all of my prep. I've made all of my choices. I know the script. I don't really need to look down at the pages in my hand, but I hold them for security. And I will see guys and say, hey, hey, what's up, and catch up with them. And then 5 minutes before they're called in, they'll say, give me a second, I haven't even looked at this yet. And they will take it out of an envelope and look at it, and I'll just think, you're wasting your time. But I don't want to share that with too many people because it seems to be a kind of, I don't know, a good secret. It's gotten me a lot of work.
The secret, what? To be prepared before you go in?
Some people just don't think about it. They think, oh, I'm allowed to read it off the page. This is cold. But it gets you so much farther if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you know what you're...
It's true in your business, it's true in our business,
Yeah.
It's true in every business. It sounds simple, but it's so true. I'll give you one more opportunity, even though we're PBS, we'll give you a chance to get in to plug.
Plug.
Yeah, plug your play, so everyone knows where to find it.
Well, Kinky Boots is a fantastic show about acceptance and passion and believing in yourself and allowing others to be themselves. It's at the Hirschfeld Theater on 45th Street, and it's running from now until as long as we can run.
And it's a family play. Everyone pretty much can see it?
I think so. I mean, the title Kinky Boots, for people who don't know anything about it, might...
No bad language?
Might give them a misconception.
No bad language?
Of course not. And there is no bad language in the show.
Good. And it's a very powerful message. Stark Sands, I want to thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Wish you nothing but the best.
Thanks, Steve.
Got it. Stay right there. Stay with us. This is One-on-One from the Tisch WNET studios. We'll be back right after this. Thank you very much.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System. Funding has been provided by Hackensack University Health Network, Sun National Bank, New Jersey Natural Gas, United Water, County College of Morris, the Merck Company Foundation, and by Fedway Associates, Inc. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.